Here's another review for you guys. This is the Great Lakes Burning River, which is a pale ale. And let's see what they say about it. You probably can't read that on the bottle. Maybe you can. What do you do when your river catches fire from excessive pollution? Clean it up and throw a hoppin' party. Our annual summer Burning River Fest is a premier environmental education. Oh, that has nothing to do with this beer. There we go. Named after the 1969 burning of the Cuyahoga River, our American Pale Ale combines a citrusy Cascade hop flavor with a fruity assertiveness. Starting off again with appearance. Right away, the color looks good. It still looks about where most pale ales are and where I like them to be. This one's maybe a little bit more of a golden. Well, I'd say that's about normal. I kind of question myself a lot. Carbonation, not very much at all. You can probably see a few bubbles rising up there, but that's not very much at all. So I'd like to see a little bit more. The head was actually quite a bit bigger when I poured it. A little bit too big, and I don't think it was how I poured it. I usually pour them all the same way, so a little bit more head than I normally like. So, move right on to smell. It smells great. It smells like an IPA. It's an American Pale Ale, whatever. It smells real hoppy right away. It's a real citrusy, hoppy smell. And I always, as usual, the most important part, taste. So when you first taste it, it's got that bitter hoppy flavor, which I'm not a huge fan of. Because that bitter flavor lingers a little bit more. Not too much sweetness, which is the downfall, I think, of a lot of pale ales, is when they use a lot of hops, then they have to use a lot of malt. And the more malt, the sweeter the beer. So then you get this bitter beer with this real sweet flavor to balance it out. And I'm sure that's probably true to the style. That's probably how the beer should be, but that's not what I like. I prefer the hoppy flavors there. And it doesn't always have to be bitter It doesn't always have to be bitter if it's a hoppy beer. Some of them just have a strong hoppy flavor without being too bitter. This one sits pretty nicely in there. It's a pretty good tasting beer. It's not super hoppy. If you like hops, you're gonna like it. If you like pale ales, you're gonna like it most likely. But it's nothing. Again, the downfall I feel of most pale ales is that they fail to leave a lasting impression on you. I could pick up probably 3 or 4 other pale ales, and then couldn't really tell you after 10 minutes later after I drank all 4 of them. I'd be like, well, I think the Burning River was the first one. It's not a beer that's real distinct tasting. And I guess, the distinctive tasting beers can get you in trouble because then you're going to find people, it offends their palate. Whereas if you stick closer to the middle or you just stay on the safe side, you're going to have a beer that's more popular to more people maybe. But I think the beer enthusiasts, myself included, liked to have a distinctive flavor to a beer. There's nothing I don't get anything bad in this. I think it's a great tasting beer. I'd throw it right down there on my list of when they don't have Dogfish Head or whatever else I'd like to drink. I'll pick up one of these, no problem. It's a good beer. Sorry. It's a medium to lighter bodied beer, which is kind of surprising for being 6% alcohol, and just the Great Lakes beers, most of them that I've had have been a little heavier, and this one's not too bad. It's definitely medium bodied. I don't know why I said medium to light. It's definitely medium bodied. Sure. It's fairly balanced. A little bit of a bitter aftertaste, but it's not like gonna make you wince or anything. It's still pretty nicely balanced. It's pretty true to the pale ale style. So drinkability is good. the aftertaste isn't enough that you have to wait for it to wear off for you to have another sip of the beer or anything. It's just I'd like more hop character in that. My criticisms being, I definitely like to taste more individual hop flavors.